Did you know that retiring too early might not give you more years? It might actually take years off of your life. Let's talk about why retiring without a plan is one of the most biggest dangers facing people over 50 today. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Charles. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of people, they don't want to talk about, but they absolutely need to hear this. We grew up on this idea that retirement is supposed to be the finish line. You know, the golden years. The time when you finally kick back and relax and live your best life. But the truth is, retiring too early without a solid plan, not just financial, but a life plan, it might actually shorten your life instead of extending it. Stay with me just for a few minutes because I have 6 questions that I came up with that I feel like you must answer yourself before you retire. And I believe that number 6 is by far the most important question that you should answer, that you could possibly prevent decline. A lot of people hit 55 and 58 and 60 and they'll say, I'm tired, I'm burnt out, and I'm just ready to retire. But here's what most people don't talk about. Retirement isn't just the absence of work, it's the absence of purpose. I mean, when you remove purpose, suddenly the body reacts, the mind reacts, and your health reacts. It's like taking the engine out of a car and expecting it to still drive. You know, most people, they don't die of old age. They die of no longer having something to look forward to. They no longer have a purpose. And a newly retired person without purpose, they'll easily slip into a mental and physical decline. And then financial stress. It hits different. It impacts everybody. But when you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, it really hits differently. You know, when you're in your 30s and you're broke, you hustle. When you're 40 and broke, you still believe you've got time. But when you're 60 and broke, that stress burrows deep. You feel it in your bones, in your sleep, and in your health. I've seen people retire with no pension and they can live off of Social Security alone, and they struggle month to month just to make ends meet. That's not retirement. That's just surviving. You know, a stressed brain ages faster than a tired body. Yeah. You ever heard the myth of, we're going to travel the world? Now, let's be real. Most people aren't traveling the world in retirement. That dream takes money, real money. And unless you have a big retirement account or everything is just fully paid off, most people, you know, they're living on less than they were when they were working. You know, travel is wonderful, but it's also expensive. And most retirees simply can't fund monthly vacations, much less international trips. So let's talk about what retirement really looks like for most people. You know, I've seen people walk into retirement thinking, finally, I'm here. But then reality hits. Social Security, you know, it doesn't stretch. It's never going to stretch. Property taxes rise and medical bills, they can pile up. Emergencies, they happen. Cars break down and prices are going to keep climbing. And the stress wears on them emotionally, physically, and mentally. That kind of pressure takes years off your life. And here's the health connection that nobody talks about. Mental stress becomes physical stress. Physical stress, it becomes illness. And illness becomes decline. When you retire too early without purpose, without a routine, and without structure, people wither. Not because they want to, but because the mind and body, it needs challenges. Retirement doesn't kill people. Losing purpose does. Let me just add something important right here. Something that I think a lot of folks over 50 should consider. You know, we've all seen those videos online, creators who say things like, retire now, walk away today, you deserve freedom. Life is too short to stay at your job. And look, I'm not judging them. Some of them truly mean well. Some people really do need encouragement to step into that next chapter. But here is the thing, not everyone's situation is the same. Those creators, they don't know your bills. They don't know your medical issues or your family responsibilities, the mortgage, the debt, retirement savings, or just personal stress. They don't know what you're carrying. So it's not that their message is wrong. It's just that it might not apply to your life right now. Retirement isn't something that you do because someone online says the time is right. It's something that you do when your life and your finances and your health agree that you're ready. So don't feel pressured. Take what you hear online with wisdom. Retire when you're prepared, emotionally, mentally, and financially. Your retirement should be based on your reality, not someone else's video. You know, here's a reality check. Everyone wants rest, and everyone wants freedom. God knows we all do. But if you retire before you're mentally and financially ready, you may trade decades of your life for a short burst of temporary relief. Most people retire because they're exhausted, but the exhaustion, it goes away. The financial stress does not. Now, this is what retirement should really look like. Retire into something, not away from something. Retirement, it should give you purpose. It should give you routine, community, activities, movement. It should give you joy, not isolation and not boredom, and not regret for sure. Now, here are those 6 questions that I think that you must ask yourself before retiring. Number 1 is, what will my days look like? Am I waking up each morning with a clear plan, or am I stepping into long, empty days with no direction? Number 2, how will I stay mentally sharp? What specific activities will challenge my brain so it doesn't slowly decline from the lack of use? Number 3, can I afford the life I want? Have I truly calculated what retirement will cost month to month, not what I wish it would cost? Number 4, what is my purpose going to be? What meaningful reason will I have to get out of bed each day once work is no longer the reason? Number 5, how will I stay socially connected? Who will I regularly interact with so I don't slip into isolation or loneliness. And number 6, how will I stay physically active? What consistent routines will keep my body moving so I don't decline simply because I stop being active? Now, if you can answer those honestly, you may be ready. If not, you should probably wait. Working into your 60s or even 70s is not failure, it's wisdom. Work gives structure, community, stability, income, identity, and purpose. It keeps you sharper than you think. You know, stopping too soon, it can cost you more than working too long. So, retiring too early without a plan, without a purpose, without stability, it's dangerous. Retirement should be the best years of your life, not the hardest. So plan. You know, prepare. Protect your future. Your final years, they don't have to be your last chapter. They can be your best chapter. Now, if this message hit home with you, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it with someone over 50. Drop me a comment and tell me where your retirement plan is or your biggest retirement fear. You know, I would love to hear from you. Until next time though, stay safe, plan well, and I'm going to see you in that next video.